प्रजापतिः हरिः सर्वशरीरस्तु धूम्ते भोज्यते हरिः.
Namaste, Sai Ram everyone. My name is Maya Iyer and I am an alumna of the Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning. Today, our topic of conversation is the body as a temple of God, with specific focus on food and health as a strong foundation for spiritual growth. So let me introduce to you my husband, Dr. Sundar Iyer.
Wait, this is me, not this. Namaste, Sai Ram. Well, this is me. Just to clarify, in intact flesh, blood, and all. So, Maya, thank you for that very kind and very warm introduction. Today is an important conversation that should be part of every household.
I think it's a topic everyone loves, right? Food.
Yes, absolutely. And when one talks about food, what does one think of?
What we eat, that goes from here straight to the stomach.
Exactly.
Right?
So when we are hungry, our mouth is salivating and you want to go and eat, and so you go to the kitchen, dig out something, you eat, and it comes to the stomach, and you say, okay, I've had my food. And is that it? Right? That's what our conversation is. So when we say food for spiritual growth, we are talking more than simply the food that we are going to eat through the mouth. And we are going to talk about it in detail, the food from the mouth. That caters to all the six tastes, in connection with the six experiences of our lives, right? But is that all?
So the food that we eat is what is sustaining us. So isn't that all? I mean, that's what is giving us this whole energy
Exactly.
to live, right?
That's what everyone thought. But then with the teachings of our beloved Swami, who taught us that for spirituality, it is not just what you eat, because what is here? What is the energy that is here? It is not just simply digestive juices that is digesting your food. There is a divine energy that lies in the midsection of your body. And you and I have chanted it for so many decades now. Let's do a little bit of that.
अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राणापानसमायुक्तः पचाम्यन्नं चतुर्विधम्.
Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva. So in the Gita, Krishna says, I reside in this section of the body. Right? So this is where the life force is generated from the food that we eat, but it is not only the food that comes through the mouth.
Not only that, then what else is there?
Well, that's the spiritual food. The food that comes into the body is not restricted to only what you and I eat from the mouth. It is everything that enters your body through the senses.
Oh, so by senses like, the eyes and ears and
Absolutely.
nose. Okay,
Absolutely.
that's what it is.
So let's start with the most important sense. Because we don't understand the importance of food from the other senses, we focus only on food from the mouth, and then we say, why am I not getting healthy? I'm eating all the healthy food, I'm still not healthy, right? This is why we may not experience holistic health. Food from the ears, that comes in from the ears, the sound that you entertain, that comes into your body, the sound that forms thoughts in your head is what secretes the hormones, right? So the sound that enters affects the quality of digestion of food. So I could eat the most sattvic food and yet I'm agitating my mind at the same time. So it is releasing poisonous chemicals, stressful chemicals that is getting mixed in the food that I eat. So what I listen to in general by itself is a very powerful food. And when I talk of sounds, we talk of mantras, the sacred Vedic mantras that has been chanted for thousands of years. These sacred syllables create sound patterns, neural pathways in the brain, and they enhance the spiritual consciousness. And with that, that is why we chant the prayer, because it enhances the spirit in us, elevates our mood, and with a prayerful offering, with a sense of gratitude, we begin to eat. So mantra chanting is a powerful food that you and I can provide as nutrition to our body.
ब्रह्मार्पणम् ब्रह्महविर् ब्रह्माग्नौ ब्रह्मणाहुतम् ब्रह्मैव तेन गन्तव्यम् ब्रह्मकर्म समाधिनः अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राणापानसमायुक्तः पचाम्यन्नं चतुर्विधम्.
So if I don't know mantras, to chant, could I just listen to it? Like, could I just listen to bhajans or mantras? Would that have the same kind of effect as if I was chanting it?
Absolutely. In this age, it is said namasmarana, the chanting, the contemplation of simply the name, the power of the name Rama, Sita Rama, Sai Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Om Namah Shivaya. All these are powerful, powerful mantras that can create a cleansing conditions in just not our body, but in the nervous system, in the mind, and begin to expand our spirit and consciousness. That's why it becomes a powerful foundation for spiritual growth.
And that's why Swami always focused on just singing Namasmarana.
Yes,
right?
every
Even
day
in
during
bhajans.
our years in the ashram, and every day now at home, we listen to bhajans, we sing bhajans, so that we constantly feed the spirit that is craving for divine experience.
Sai Ram Jai Radhe Shyam. Om Shri Sai Ram Jai Radhe Shyam. Om Shri Sai Ram Jai Radhe Shyam. Ayodhya Vihari Shri Ram Ram Rama. Ayodhya Vihari Shri Ram Ram Rama. Dwarka Vihari Shri Krishna Krishna Krishna. Dwarka Vihari Shri Krishna Krishna Krishna. Saptagiri Vihari Govinda Govinda. Saptagiri Vihari Govinda Govinda. Puttaparthi Puri Vihari Shri Sai Nath Deva. Nija Bhakta Hridaya Vihari Shri Sai Nath Deva. Puttaparthi Puri Vihari Shri Sai Nath Deva. Om Shri Sai Ram Jai Sita Ram. Om Shri Sai Ram Jai Radhe Shyam. Om Shri Sai Ram Jai Sita Ram. Om Shri Sai Ram Jai Radhe Shyam. Om Shri Sai Ram Jai Sita Ram. Om Shri Sai Ram Jai Radhe Shyam. Om Shri Sai Ram Jai Sita Ram. Om Shri Sai Ram Jai Radhe Shyam. Om Shri Sai Ram Jai Sita Ram. Om Shri Sai Ram Jai Radhe Shyam. Om Shri Sai Ram Jai Radhe Shyam. Om Shri Sai Ram Jai Radhe Shyam.
So listening, yes, we got that, whatever we listen to affects what we have what we have eaten. What about speaking?
Absolutely. The sound that goes into your body and the sound that comes through your body, both are important. The quality of your conversations is food not only for you, but it's food for somebody else, right?
Right.
the sound that comes out of me is going to be the sound that's going into your ears. So if I'm going to spew poison, if you will, by criticizing somebody or just engaging in idle gossip and some hurtful conversation, which really has no bearings on your life or my life, but if I am doing that, not just by talk, today we do it by texting. That's also sounds, right? Because it creates sounds.
Text, everything.
Absolutely. If I receive a video, a clip, or a text which is hurting me, which spoils my mood, do I forward it again to 10 more people? Then who's responsible for spreading that disharmony, that violence, that poison? You and I. So can we refrain from that? So the sounds that go out of the body are as important as the sound that comes into your body. So sound as a source of food becomes an important constituent that adds and energizes the life force that comes in through food.
So we spoke about the ears, and then we go to the eyes as the next sense. How do we, how does that correlate with this?
Sense of sight, right? What you see also affects your digestive system. So again, go back to your favorite food, salad. Anyway, so you're eating salad and then you see, let's say, a dead rat in the corner of your home. Now, would you say, oh, okay, I'm going to clean that dead rat. Let me finish my food. You're going to say, oh gosh, I lost my appetite, correct? Or you see something on television that again, not only you're listening to, but you're seeing something. So what you see directly has an impact on your mind, on your brain. And again, the brain secretes those hormones in relation to what you're watching. Do you know this amazing truth based on this mirror neurons and whatever science is discovering today? But Swami told us many, many years ago that when you see something, the brain does not distinguish between what you're seeing is imagination or whether it is real. It is experiencing it through your eyes as if it's real. So imagine a violent scene. Imagine a scene where somebody is getting hurt or killed, for God forbid. All of that, the brain is recreating those scenes as if you are experiencing them. And guess what happens if you're eating dinner at the same time?
So is it only if I'm watching something while I'm eating that it's going to affect me, or listening to something while I'm actually eating?
That's a great question, Maya. So yes, while you're eating, you have to be very careful and mindful of what you want to watch. Watch something nice, something motivational, something inspirational, right? But then food is not just only when you're eating. Now, when was the last time we walked and looked at the sunset? Quite a few weeks ago, correct? When was the last time we saw a sunrise? When was the last time you camped out under the starry night sky and looked at the stars? When was the last time you were at the beach looking at the ocean or the grand vast lake? When was the last time your visions exploded into an ever-expanding horizon? If the vision doesn't experience that, then the concept of the heart opening to embrace everyone and love everyone becomes more and more remote. So you and I lived in Puttaparthi. We used to walk back from darshan and we used to look at the hills and everything was so open and spaced out, right? So that helped us think broad. It helps us think a little beyond ourselves. Walking in nature, seeing the beautiful landscapes, this beautiful creation, Mother Earth. How do you experience that? We are all so blessed to have eyesight. Think of those who don't have that experience. Can we feed in those beautiful images that bring in peace of mind, expands the mind and expands the consciousness? Can we bring those energies and store it here and feed the Aham Vaishvanara? The God is now being offered most beautiful sceneries from your eyes. He's being offered the most beautiful sounds from your ears, right? And so then the divinity within awakens. That is the beauty of food from the eyes.
That's beautiful. I think I'm getting the hang of this now.
Okay.
So ears, eyes, and now we go to the nose, the sense of smell.
Yes.
So yeah, when I smell something nice, like a nice fragrance, it makes me feel good. I feel positive, I feel calm, I feel nice. So is that the kind of thing we're talking about?
Yeah, absolutely. So when you go shopping for buying flowers for the altar,
yes.
you are in your best mood, right? That's when
True.
I get my stuff from Maya, because I know she's in the great mood. What puts you in that place? It's the fragrance of the roses, the fragrance of the flowers, right? In addition to colors that you
Yes.
see, you are now enjoying that fragrance. It's like a holistic experience. When you light an incense in the altar, why was lighting an incense in the altar even important in the first place? Smell is directly connected to the deepest memories that you and I hold in our unconscious and subconscious mind. We have so many fears that we hold back. We have so many self-doubts and anxieties that we might have experienced in our childhood that we are carrying today. But lighting an incense and sitting in meditation, now I am listening to God's name, I am chanting God's name, but at the same time, I'm not only now seeing Him and lighting a lamp and so on, but now I'm also imbibing the fragrance. And that fragrance goes and dispels the deeply held fears and darknesses in the mind, because smell is connected to memories. So the rishis knew this. And in bhajan hall, when you and I used to enter in Puttaparthi in the bhajan hall, the fragrance was so divine that almost instantly you forget everything else and all you want to do is sit and look at the altar. And you're mesmerized by the beauty of the altar, right? So the sense of smell adds to the overall experience. And of course, the quality, and I'm not, of course you know this, we are not referring to smells that are generated by chemicals. We're looking at organic smells of nature, the smell of the good brown earth, the smell of rain, right? The smell of dried leaves, dried mango leaves, for example. These are all very powerful smells that are very healing, right? And therefore, sense of smell also becomes an important food for the body.
So I guess we've covered all the senses, right? We did the ears, the eyes, the nose, the mouth with the food. What's left now?
We have to talk about the mouth and the food, but there is one more important one, and that's the sense of touch, sparsha as it is called, the sense of touch.
So
what you
whatever I
touch
touch
provides information to your brain, to your nervous system, right? The quality of touch is so very important. Maya, think of a time when you were a child and you were afraid and your father came and put his arm around you. He didn't have to speak anything, did he?
No.
Just that touch of a parent. Think of the time when your mother hugged you. So the sense of touch, a hug, an embrace, a squeeze in the arm, or simple handshake means a lot. The body language of the touch conveys tremendous energy that can impact positively or negatively. So one has to value the sense of touch. We just don't want to keep touching anything and everything just because it's available to touch, So when we begin to value that, just like we value sound, like we value sight, when we value smell, we value touch, then that touch of ours begins to become a healing touch.
That's why you and I, growing up in Puttaparthi, we would love to touch Swami's feet when he
Absolutely. Touching his feet, kissing his feet. That touch brought us so much energy. Touch is a very powerful medium to communicate energy. And therefore, when we touch our Guru, when we touch the altar, when we touch the flowers to decorate the altar, we are actually engaging touch, and that becomes an important source of life force that comes into the body through the sense of touch. The sense of touch is also associated with air, and air comes in through the nose. So they are all interrelated. Now these don't stay in watertight compartments, but then when we do mudras with our hands, when we do prayers with our hands, that's why I don't have to touch you to convey humility. I can just say,
Namaste.
Namaste Maya, and you know that I am humble and I'm friendly, right? So the sense of touch, me touching myself like this, one hand touching the other, conveys that meaning. So hands and fingers are a very powerful medium for the sense of touch. And when we value that, we become instruments of love and peace.